let's talk about that remarkable turnaround. What was it due to? Because we're seeing here, you are now in the black, 12.4% per share at the headline level versus a loss the previous year of 3.4 cents. What caused it?
Godfrey, thanks for having me on your show. There was a serious change in the business over the last 12-month period. Predominantly was driven by sales. We went up 38% in sales, and trust me, in the economy as it is today, that is impressive. It really was more focused on the last 6 months of the year, where we managed to grow at 47%. So that created the growth. The turnover increases was due mainly because of new product introductions. We also had a serious management changes. Beside myself, I think the top 17 people in Verimark is different than was when we listed 4 years ago. But clearly the management team has made a major impact on this change around.
So two big issues here, change in management as well as a change not in the product mix but an increase in new products. Is that
correct? Correct. This business is based on new product introductions, bringing new innovations to the market. We're pleased that we've done that very successfully over the last 12-month period. Also, what I did not mention is there was an increase in space and prominence in our retail partners. As you know, we sell our products through Shoprite, Checkers, Macro, Game, yes. And we were fortunately to be able to get more space in those places, which also enhanced our sales.
So I'm reading renewal here. How sustainable is it going forward, given we know the state of the economy, all the numbers that we've been seeing of the major macro numbers suggesting that the economy remains on a growth track, but very slow?
Godfrey, the Verimark model has always been different to a normal retail environment. We've said it right from the beginning. I think the results that we've produced this year really substantiate that view. It's based rather on a direct sales model than the typical retail model. We work with a lot less products, aggressive TV advertising continuously. For the record, Verimark is, in a recent survey by AC Nielsen's, were rated the 4th largest TV advertiser in South Africa. Your question of sustainability, I think you can only take a view on a company's history to take a view on the future. Verimark has a really very, very successful history that stretched over 33 years. So it's not a newcomer to the market. And although we went through a tough phase in the last 3 years, we're pleased that the business has been turned around. Yes, there will be challenges in the future, but we have always overcome those challenges.
But certainly that sales growth is huge. I mean, 47% in the second half you're talking about, and you're saying as yourselves in the statement that that's a record. Yep. You've never seen such strong sales growth. Now, how can we also read into these numbers the fact that there appears to be a change in strategy? You were telling me earlier that you are now looking more to open your own stores versus operating in your Shoprites, in your Game stores.
Godfrey, if I can clarify that, Verimark will always distribute their products through a mixture of our own stores under the Verimark Direct business. But we also, our trading partners, our retail partners is very key to our continuation, our success.
So that continues.
So that will continue unabatedly. In fact, we've seen growth in both of those sections. So there is no strategic change there. In fact, we are fortunate that given the results we've produced over the last few months, that some of our retail partners indicated they want to give us even more space and is committed to that.
Okay, so that stays the same. Is there a target and is there a balance that you want to strike there in terms of the sales that you generate out of your own stores and those that you generate out of your partners?
It's difficult to put specific percentages to that. I think strategically it's important that Verimark does have its own stores. For the record, Godfrey, we are the only company in the world, a direct response TV company, which is really the business model that actually distribute products through their own stores and have 67 stores. So I think that we see growth in both those areas moving forward. Your question is, can we sustain the high level of 47% growth? I think, to be fair, that is not sustainable on the long term, but we still believe we can outgrow the retail as we've done in the past.
1 year ago, as I said, it was a very tough environment for you. You guys were under real pressure, and you also had a lot of unhappy shareholders because you wanted to take the business private. That has since changed. Do you have all shareholders on board behind you now?
I think the shareholders will be very pleased with the results that we are putting down today.
Very pleased that they stuck to their guns.
Yeah, I think to take a view on that again, Godfrey, it's quite a long explanation. I don't think we have the time for it today. But in short, hindsight or history is the exact science. It's very easy to say now what you should have done if we knew a year ago when we applied for the delisting that the new team could turn the business around within 12 months. simply we wouldn't have applied for a delisting. The reality is, at that point in time, we were 3 years in a tough phase with declining revenues, declining profits, leading up to a loss in the previous financial year of 4 million. The company were under severe pressure. Our cash flows were very, very tight, and our management team were really very new. There was a lot of uncertainties, and we thought it was in the best interest of them to apply. But the reality is, we're actually good that that delisting did not go through. We actually believe it gives Verimark the opportunity to prove that that successes of the previous 30 years is actually achievable again.